Hey team, you're going to have the best day. Because why not? Let's dive into some mindset work. All right. So I had something else I was going to talk to y'all about, but I was in the shower and all of a sudden I just got this other idea and was like, oh yeah, they need to hear this because this is super important and a super key aspect to any kind of healing, whether it's pain, stress, burnout, hormones, infertility, cancer, getting to the next level of your career, getting to the next level of your relationship. Let's talk about it.
The goal here is to learn how to treat your mind and body like a professional athlete. Welcome to Mind Your Body. I'm Dr. Audra Lance. I'm a doctor of chiropractic who specializes in treating sports and non-surgical injuries, anything that involves muscles and joints. I treat big-name celebrities and professional athletes. Most of my patients refer to me as the witch doctor because they can't explain any other way their pain was removed that quickly. I hate cooking, but I do love wine and don't even think about giving me anything that involves ketchup because I will not eat it. Every episode of this show is designed to help you move better, live better, and feel better. Now let's go do this thing.
So I just told you, you're going to have the best day. And I've done that for a while on and off. And people just kind of laugh like, oh yeah, thanks. And almost don't believe me. I bet you even smirked a little bit like, okay. But why not? Why can't you have the best day? What's holding it back? Holding you back. It back to the day. I mean, do you already have in your head that it's going to be all fucked up and fail? That's going to get you real far. But a lot of us do this like, I guess it's subconsciously, and we don't even know we're sabotaging ourselves from the get-go of just the mindset of, oh my God, I have all this stuff on my to-do list. How am I going to check it all off? Plus I got to go, I'm obligated to do this, or need to have my workout. I need to hang out with friends. I need to be present with the family. Oh my God, I'm not taking care. And then of course we go on the back burner. I'm not taking care of myself. And then you feel guilty about it. Or I should cancel this, or I got to show up to the kids' practice. I got to go to the grocery store, which I absolutely despise that and getting gas. I mean, what a waste of time. And if you're watching on YouTube, you probably have this wonderful view of me, but I'm outside on the porch, like the sun's shining. It's actually good temperature. We're not sweltering hot. Feels really good. But back to the point. Your mindset, I don't know an exact percentage, and they're still researching this. So you'll read psychology articles and even like sports articles, mindset and how big a deal it is. But I mean, it ranges from 20% of your success to 80%. So I can't give you a full quote. It's hard to measure. But to me, it's a huge, huge part of the component with your life in general, your whole life. You can set the trajectory of your whole life if you believe in yourself. Let's talk about an example. If you haven't listened to episode 1, I go into this in more detail, my story. But ever since I was a little kid, I've been playing doctor. I loved Barbies. I love my stuffed animals. From the first and second grade, I was in the doctor's office with strep throat probably every other month. So I was out of school. I was around the doctors, and I would come home, and even though I'd be sick, I'd play doctor and take care of these animals and these Barbies. And I just knew, I'm going to be a doctor. Part of me wanted to be a backup dancer. That was really exciting too. And then, I don't know, I changed careers, but I had this idea, you could be a different career every day, which isn't that kind of cool? Okay, one day I'm going to be a hairdresser, or then on Tuesday's a backup dancer, Wednesday's a doctor. That'd be kind of cool. But anyways, I had this firm belief in myself since a young age of I'm going to be a doctor. And that's the route I chose. I didn't exactly know what kind and blah, blah, blah. That all fell into place, but we can talk about that another time. So yeah, you're probably cool. I mean, a lot of people do that. Neat. Well, then I got even crazier hair, and I decided I'm going to be the boss, and I'm going to start my own practice. And I just had a feeling like I wanted to practice different than what the norm is. And I was going to do it totally different. I want to be able to spend time with people and like get to the nitty gritty shit that no one wants to talk about and really figure out this root cause and change the world, essentially. I mean, I'm not one who shoots small. Like if I'm going to put my mind to something, we're going to shoot big because that's where the magic happens. And that's just kind of who I am. But I was like, all right, I'm going to move to Nashville. I don't know a soul. I thought it was a cool town. I was down here for some seminars. I always want to move to the South. I really like the South. And I'm going to start a practice where no one knows me. And I'm going to do it my way. Not only that, but it's going to be successful. But I'm going to have celebrities, singers, professional athletes want me to be their doctor. And I'm going to change their lives. And we're going to change lives around the world somehow. I'm not sure how, but that's the goal. So, move down here, get a babysitting job as a doctor. You can do hard things. It might not be what you want right in that moment. You're not just going to reach the top in a minute. You don't. You're going to have to like grind a little bit. Or a lot of it in my case. So got this babysitting job, had this immaculate business plan down to how much pens cost. Went to all these banks, gave them, I'm in this, so passionate. And 10 banks told me no. They're like, that's cute. You're going to be great, but we don't believe in you. We're not going to give you any money to start. Like, you're going to have to figure it out. So I could have given up right then. A lot of people would have taken that as a sign of, man, this isn't meant for you. This isn't your path. But I just had this feeling like, no, I can do this. I can keep going. I haven't exhausted all options. Finally, bank said yes. Thank you to the Bank of Nashville, who's been bought out. They were like, all right, you got this. And I was like, yeah, I do. Watch me. Meanwhile, tons of people are like, man, you're taking a risk. That's really risky. You're not going to be able to do this. You're kind of crazy. And I'm like, well, part of the fun, hop on the roller coaster. And I did it. And now the practice is sought out. We get people from Canada, like globally, had people from Australia. Like I work with celebrities and professional athletes. Like I just got a text the other day of, you are an angel. I don't know where my career or my body would be without you. Are you kidding me? Like, are you kidding me? Dreams can come true, but I had the mindset of, I can do this. Why not me? Why not me? All these other people like do stuff, crazy stuff, come from nowhere. Yes, of course, people are like, it's the right time. They met the right person. Sure. Of course. But they had the belief that they could do it and they wanted it. So this goes right along with whatever pain you're going through, whatever injury you're going through. Yes, we might have to pivot and turn and like go up a roller coaster, come down a roller coaster. It might not look like what you think it's going to look like in your head. My journey didn't, and it changes every day. I'm like so pumped about it. Like there were days I was bawling and like I was going to give up, but I didn't. And there's not easy days. Like who work so much? I worked weekends. I worked 14-hour days. I still do that sometimes. I'm not saying this is like the easiest thing, and going through an injury or pain is not the easiest thing either. As we're managing your stress levels, you're going to have resistance to it. As we're literally changing your life, you're going to have resistance to it because it's hard. It's not easy, but I can promise you it is the best thing you can ever do for yourself. The best. And if you enjoy the journey and some of those difficulties and being pushed to the next level, you're really going to have some fun. And I just want you to know that your mindset is a big component of this. I work with this every day. Like what is going through your mind? How are you talking to yourself? Would you talk to your partner or your best friend like that, or a family member? Would you talk to your boss like that? I mean, or even your dog? Like, we are some of the meanest people to ourselves, and we make up these stories in our head that aren't true. I mean, I do that because I have anxiety, but we have to manage that. That's a key component. If you're not managing that, talking about it, you're missing the boat. You got this. Let's do it. Take your first step. What is it that you want? And then I want you to get in that mindset, show up in that energy. How would you act? How would you look? How would you speak if your back pain was gone? What would you be able to do? I want you to start thinking like that if you've already reached that goal and you're there. How would that feel? DM me on Instagram at Dr. Audra Lance some more goals and what you think of this stuff, the mindset stuff, if you like it. And let's go do this thing. Let's go win this game of life. Have a great day.
Now, if you want to do something really special for me and got a lot out of this episode, go leave a 5-star written review of the show on Apple Podcast. And if you're a Spotify listener, just tap the 5 stars. To submit any of your health questions to the show, simply DM me on Instagram at Dr. Audra Lance. And don't worry, all your questions will be kept strictly anonymous. So send me all your embarrassing questions. And don't forget, breathe into your butthole. Toodaloo!